Okay, this is basically something that literally like most conventional people don't even like listen to us. But and it was pretty stupid because every time like I guess conventional people basically have their own like oppositions and their own advice. And like the truth is like I don't mean to like shame them or on them or anything like that, but it's just like they often would tell us that, oh yeah, money can't buy happiness and this and that. But the truth is, you wanna know what these motherfuckers often do? They spend their money off of materialism. They often like, work, and they often like just spend it on materialism to like satisfy them, right? And I know a lot of guys always say that money can't buy happiness, but I often believe like us, like if we're not making money or like if we're not rich, like we're not allowed to say it until we accomplish it. And I often believe that when it comes to money, like there's always gonna have a hidden cost, right? Money is always gonna have a hidden cost, and a lot of people always say that money can't buy happiness. And yes and no, like I do believe that money can actually buy happiness when it comes to like health and experiences and education. And when I mean education, I literally don't mean like education that's run by the government, right? Education that is literally by guys who actually establishes us the credibility and practice what they preach, right? Because people don't practice what they preach these days. And it's really sad though. Like we often try to like get education from people who try to practice what they preach, but all they just talk about is just practical bullshit theories, right? But about that, it's like money can actually buy happiness though. And in many other ways and forms, I believe that money is actually a way to actually escape the whole suffering. And I know like there are idiots who actually make millions and millions of dollars. And yeah, they're actually idiots. Like there's some idiots who makes millions and millions. But the truth is like I guess they're just not really educated enough, and they're not really educated enough, and they would often lead to really poor decisions and terrible decisions, maybe even leading up to divorce, etc., right? So one of the things I've been recently just discussing about is just like the aspect of like, should you ever go for money? And the thing is like I believe that money, people often say money is the root of all evil, and I guess money is often double-edged sword, because I think we could use money as an ally and use money as like an advantage to like escape all the whole pain and the whole suffering that we've been going through. A lot of people always say that money can't buy happiness, and I believe that money can buy happiness and other things. And I know people say that money can't buy happiness, but I guess they're just too influenced by the modern world, trying to tell them to always consume and consume and consume and consume and consume and then buy and then buy and then buy on stupid fucking shit. I swear, man, like these people are so fucking like uneducated. Like they don't know how to actually use their money wisely. Like the only reason, like I remember I used to work at a fast food restaurant, and I saved up so much of my money to literally spend it on books, courses, education, even for my health as well. And yeah, I was actually a little bit of a bitch too, because I also bought it on some video games too. But the majority of how much I actually earned was literally just to invest in my own education. And yeah, I actually did spend it on fucking video games, and I literally used it to actually buy my PC as well. But at the same time, like I worked enough so to actually invest in myself, and I think money is a really good investment. Like it's a really good tool to actually invest in yourself rather than just fucking like Dogecoin or crypto or in the stock market. Like I wouldn't do that, because to be honest, I'm not educated enough. I don't really know what I'm doing, and as well, I don't really have a vehicle for that. I don't even have a business to actually invest in the stock market or invest in crypto or invest into any sort of like index funds or mutual funds. And I wouldn't really want to get into this whole like bullshit like rule of 72 thing, which is kind of a bit of a joke, because you're basically penny. And I just hate living the life of this huge like scarcity mentality, because I remember like I bought like this water bottle and someone told me like, oh yeah, that's just money down the drain. Like shut up, bro. So that's the biggest reason what really these modern conventional people just trying to tell us that that's just money down the drain. In fact, like it has a hidden cost. The reason I bought it is I don't want to drink plastic water bottles because they're fucking estrogenic. They're really toxic. So there's a reason that money could actually buy happiness for many things, and especially to like get rid of all the things, and especially education. Like education is freedom. Education is literally everything, and you should always invest in yourself. Always invest in yourself, whether it's in your health, whether it's in your education, whether it's in anything that's literally beneficial to you. And literally, like you can literally hire a personal trainer and have a mentor to actually get you in shape. So money actually does buy happiness, though. It actually does, but not on fucking material possessions, not on fucking designer clothes and shit like that. Like that won't give you happiness, right? That doesn't give you anything. That's just like it's like when you often eat like a refined carb, right? It's like you often eat like a cookie and like you get so much energy, and then later on it's just like pikes all the way down. That's how it is when you buy a fancy car or a fancy watch. When you literally buy these things, like your happiness basically goes all the way up and it literally just goes down like right away. It just peaks and it just goes down. It's basically like how you'd often eat like a cookie or a bread, like a slice of bread that's literally full of like enriched wheat flour, right? Like you literally eat it and then like you get tired and groggy, and then you get like some sort of brain fog like right away because you ate like refined carbs, right? So that's how it is with when you actually buy materialism. And I didn't know that until like last year, honestly. And people just don't understand the hidden cost of how money could actually buy happiness, right? Like if you think about Netflix, right? It doesn't just cost like, I don't know, $10 a month. I don't even know, because I don't watch Netflix that much. It doesn't cost $10. It just costs your time. When it comes to TikTok is free, but you know what it costs? It costs your focus. When you spend money on a Big Mac, it costs your health. Everything has a hidden cost, and that's what people don't really understand. That's That's what people don't really educate them. So people often fall into this huge like aspect of scarcity mentality, and it's so sad just the way that I view it that way. And maybe I know like I'm really educated on these things because I spend so much of my time reading books, and I spend so much of my time like having a bit of like experience with many other things, with how I actually use technology or how I use things that's beneficial to my health. And everything has a hidden cost, and I hate when people often get like so like pissed off when they spend a lot of their money, like literally spend like hundreds of dollars on good things that literally give a lot of things in return. Everything has a hidden cost. People don't understand that. People don't really know, don't really make the time to educate themselves. Like, bro, fucking read, bro. Like, fucking educate yourself, bro. Like, that's what I hate about these people, man. Like, they often just tell us like, oh yeah, you don't need mentors. Oh yeah, you don't need to buy these courses. Oh yeah, you don't need to read books. Like, are they successful? No, they're not. They're not. Like us, we always educate ourselves. We often know the potential, the hidden potentials and the hidden costs that really gives us a lot of things in return, right? So all I can tell you, bro, is that even though I'm not like, I'm not making 10K a month, but like, it's just that I do believe that money actually can buy happiness. By any means necessary, I believe that money can actually buy happiness for the things that we're actually going to use, and the way that we often would educate ourselves, because I think we could also use it for like our business, and even for books, courses, mentorships, coaches, etc., etc. And I believe that those things are really useful to have when it comes to money. And I believe that money can actually buy us happiness when we use it for the right reasons and not spend it on materialism or any of that bullshit stuff. So money can be actually used to actually make our lives easier. So there's entrepreneurs who literally want to make an impact and try to make our lives easier. I mean, I remember there's this app that I often use for like distraction free that my friend actually recommended to me. It's called Opal, and it really actually helped me to not ever get distracted, not ever go on social media, not ever go on Twitter, etc., right? So it's really changed a lot. So that's why at the same time, like, it's okay to actually spend money on things, dude, that really give a lot of things in return. Value your time than money. Like, divorce wealth from time. Value your time more than money. And time is scarce and wealth is abundant. Like, there's unlimited amount of wealth. So just understand that. This is just as well for me to understand if I ever fall into any sort of like scarcity mentality. I'm probably just keep watching this every now and then. So just understand that money can actually buy happiness when you use it for the right reasons, whether it's education, freedom, health, etc., right? So even in your business. So don't worry about it, dude. Like, don't stress yourself out. Money is a tool, and we can use it for our own advantage. I know a lot of people often say that money is the root of all evil, and I know, like, if money never existed, like, I think the whole world would be at peace. And I know that if money never existed, I'd probably still be making videos like this like every single time without even editing my videos, and just doing it because I just enjoy it, right? So yeah. So at the same time, I know like money kind of stresses people out, and I understand that. And that's something I've always wanted to understand, because at some point there's gonna be a point like I'll be stressed out by money later on in the future. So if I ever wanted to feel a little bit stuck on something like this, I'll probably just keep watching this video over and over, and maybe you too. So yeah.